Saturdays in Pattaya don't start with sunshine and birds chirping. They start with memories you're not really sure are real, and hangovers that feel like a punchline to a joke you don't remember telling. Last night, let's just say, involved a cutie, a bottle, and decisions I probably wouldn't make if I was sober. But that's the thing about this city. It's not about regrets, it's about stories. And today's just another chapter in the life of a guy who knows how to turn a simple weekend into a highlight reel. So buckle up, degenerates, because this isn't your average Saturday. It's steak, Sangsom, and lots of questionable choices. And by the time it's over, you'll either wish you were here or be glad you're not. You're probably gonna wish you were here if you're here on this channel.
How we're moving.
One drunk man is more intelligent than 3 women with PhDs.
Thank you so much.
The wake-up call. Saturday didn't start in the morning because fuck mornings. It started in the early afternoon with the smell of steak, eggs, and bacon wafting into my bedroom like a culinary slap in the face. Emmy's version of a wake-up call. It isn't gentle, it's not good morning, babe, or even get your lazy ass out of bed. It's breakfast. The kind that makes you forget whatever poor life decisions you made the night before. I roll out of bed like a zombie who smells brains. Stumble towards the kitchen where she's standing there over the stove, flipping bacon. I'm still rubbing the sleep out of my eyes when she hits me with the interrogation. How was your night? Did you have fun? Now, if you've been keeping up with my life, you already know the answer is fun doesn't even begin to cover. I had a fucking blast. But you don't just outright say that, do you? Nah. You play it cool. Yeah, it was alright, I mumbled, as I'm shoveling eggs into my mouth. She doesn't buy it, of course. Emmy knows the score. She's seen this movie before. Instead of grilling me about it, she just smirks, pours me coffee, because she knows I'll spill the details eventually, usually after I've eaten enough bacon to remind myself why I married this amazing woman. And let me tell you, steak, eggs, and bacon is a breakfast you don't just eat, you celebrate it. It's the edible equivalent of an apology note. I let you sleep in, but now it's time to rejoin the land of the living. Here's some protein and grease to help you function. Who's not waking up to that? Vegans, maybe? Or people who hate happiness? But for me, it's the perfect kickstart to another day of absolute degeneracy that's coming soon. Lazy afternoon vibes. Afternoons on the weekend are sacred. No schoolwork, no gym, no responsibilities, just me, my bong, and whatever mildly productive things I can justify calling work. Today, that meant sitting on my balcony, staring out at Pattaya's chaos, and ripping the bong. The plan was simple. Get just high enough to be creative, but not so high that I forget everything that I'm working on. Spoiler alert, I got way too high. I opened up my laptop to work on the Friday video, the one I swore I'd finished before it blurred together with last weekend's madness and today's madness. But here's the thing, when you're stoned, time just doesn't pass, it vanishes. 1 second I'm typing bullet points, and the next I'm 20 minutes deep into Googling why sloths move so slow. It's because they're lazy fuckers just like me. The rest of the afternoon, a haze of good vibes, bad ideas. I spent most of it replaying the highlights of last night that I could remember. The music, the drinks, the cutie who, well, let's just say, left a lasting impression. It's moments like these where I really appreciate the art of doing nothing. Because nothing, well, let's just say nothing's underrated. But let's not sugarcoat it. This was the boring part of the day. Sure, I could pretend it was some profound me time, but really, it was just me, half-baked, avoiding responsibilities. And that's okay. Some days you've got to just embrace the laziness, recharge the batteries, and in my case, pack up the bong and rip it again. Dinner at Cabbages and Condoms. By evening, Amii and I were looking like the fucking king and queen of Pattaya, right? Amii, straight up fire, dressed to kill, hair flawless, and pulling off that vibe that makes every chick jealous and every dude wonder how the fuck I pulled a girl like this. Meanwhile, I wasn't slacking either. Fresh fade, sharp threads, and dripping with the kind of confidence that says, I'm that guy. Dinner was at Cabbages and Condoms, a quirky name, banging food. It's got this chill vibe with the side of safe sex is sexy, because nothing says romance like condom-themed decor. The view though, killer. Sunset, beach, bats flying like tiny winged fucking ninjas. The downside though, the mosquitoes, which were clearly there to remind us that nothing good comes without a little bit of a bite. Pro tip, if you're gonna go here, either bring some bug spray or be ready to donate blood. By the end of dinner, the vibe was set. A few hundred baht, a great meal, and the feeling that the night was just getting started. And we're ready to own the rest of it. By now, you're probably thinking, damn, steak, bats, mosquito blood donation? What could possibly come next? Well, buckle up, because dinner was just a warm-up, and things are about to get wilder. Then a Sangsom fueled freestyle dance-off. But before we dive headfirst into the chaos at iBar, let me hit you with the quick reality check. If you're still here watching and you're not subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Hit the subscribe button. Smash the like, and if you're feeling real generous, check out one of the links in the video description below. Alright, let's leave the quiet romance of dinner behind and step into the neon lit madness, because iBar, it's where good nights go to become great. Now let's go. iBar Shenanigans with APTV 716. After dinner, we hit iBar. It's like our second home. You know the drill. Dark lights, pounding bass, and a crowd full of people pretending the night isn't going to end in bad decisions. Aaron and his girl were already posted up at the table, but they weren't there alone. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. My boy went full on legend mode tonight. Count them, 2 extra honeys with him. Now, let me tell you, 3 women is a logistical nightmare for most guys. But my homie Aaron, my man looked like he could handle it with one hand tied behind his back. His girl, not even mad. She over there directing things, right? And that's next level couple goals right there. Me, I'm happy with my banging ass wife and the spicy little regular Amii and I brought over into the mix for the night. This girl, let's call her the Saturday night special, has been part of our nights out a few times now. She's not what you'd call a stunner, but her body is tight and tiny in all of the ways that count. And she knows how to keep the night fresh and fun with us. She's my age, but she parties like she's half that and has the energy to match. She dances with Amii, throws shots back with me, and never complains about a thing. A good time with no strings. That's how we all like it. The Sangsom hit the table, and so did the next level of chaos and degeneracy. First, it was just a round of shots, then another, and by the third, Aaron and his girls looked like they belong in a music video. The girls were moving like their heels didn't hurt, whispering and giggling like they had a master plan for the night. Meanwhile, Amii was on the dance floor, pulling me in for a grind that made it feel like the room was 10 degrees hotter. And the Saturday special, let's just say she knew exactly how to make the vibe better. By the time 3:30 rolled around, the bottle was empty and our sense of restraint gone. Aaron already lining up his crew for the after party back at his place. Right? And the rest of us, me, Amii, and our Saturday special, we heading over to Flex for another round. iBar is the kind of place that doesn't just get you drunk, it gets you hooked. The music hits harder, the drinks taste better, and the memories you make, Well, they're borderline illegal in a bunch of countries, right? But we weren't done yet. Flex was calling, and so was the next chapter of our night. And let me tell you, shit was about to get even wilder.
I love Thailand, nigga.
Flex and finish. By the time we rolled into Flex, the night was already teetering on that beautiful edge between chaos and blackout. It's always the last stop for a reason. When you're drunk enough that your moves on a dance floor feel like they belong in a music video, but not so drunk that security has politely escorted you out. Flex was packed, as usual, with the mix of tourists and locals and freelancers all chasing their own version of a perfect night. We found a spot near the dance floor, grabbed another bottle, and hit the floor again. Out was the playful grinding from earlier at iBar. This was, we're drunk and we don't give a fuck dancing no more. The kind that makes everyone around you either cheer or step back because they can't keep up. Our Saturday special was still in tow, matching our energy and throwing her own moves into the mix. She has this knack for keeping things spicy without stealing the spotlight from Amii. At one point, I turned to see Amii and her laughing and swaying together, and I thought, damn, do I got it good. But let's be real, the club is just foreplay. By now, we're all way too far gone to keep pretending this night wasn't heading exactly where we all wanted it. After a couple more rounds, I made the executive decision to cut the party short and time to head home with the girls. It wasn't even about the drinks or the music anymore. It was about taking the energy that we built up and using it exactly how it was meant to be used, back at the condo. Things heated up real fast. Amii doesn't do shy, neither does our Saturday special. It's always wild when we bring someone else into the mix, but with this girl, it's effortless. She knows her place, she knows her role, and delivers every single time. We had our fun, we had our laughs. By the time morning crept in, Amii handed her 1,000 baht and walked her out. No sleepovers, no lingering awkwardness, just polite, thank you for coming, and the door closes behind her. By the time it was all said and done, it was 9 a.m. and the bed felt like a slice of heaven. Amii crashed almost instantly while I lay there for a minute staring at the ceiling, thinking, what a fucking amazing Saturday. Because really, this is what life is all about. Living every moment like it's your last, with no regrets and plenty of stories to tell. Right, so now it's 9 a.m. The world outside is just waking up, but inside, it felt like the night was still echoing. Amii already passed out, and I'm laying here, buzzing with the kind of energy that only a night like this can leave you with. Saturdays like this, they aren't just nights out. They're stories, the kind you'll laugh about later, shake your head at, and maybe even leave out a few details when you tell your friends.
And let's be honest, you degenerates aren't here for the bedtime stories anyway. You're here because you know there's always another night, another wild ride, and another reason to hit that like button. Stick around because this is just one chapter. The next one, well, let's just say I've got a few more nights like this in the vault, and trust me, it only gets better. So pour yourself a drink, light one up, or do whatever you do to get in the vibe because this is Pattaya. And here, the nights never really end. That's it for now. Remember, stay reckless, stay unapologetic, And in Pattaya, the best nights are the ones you barely remember. Until next time, cheers, you
Degenerates.